I'm going to make the crust first, and I'm going to use these. They're animal crackers that are chocolate flavored. I'm going to use about 9 ounces of them. And put them into here, and hope this thing really crushes them up. Well, that did a fine job of making these into crumbs. That was a Ninja food processor. It was the first time I've been happy with it. And here is some melted butter. I'm just going to take it and put the butter around the sides of my springform pan. I'm using a 10-inch springform pan. Okay, I got that around the sides, and I'm going to add the butter to the crumbs. Mix it up. I've got this all mixed up. It looks pretty uniform. I'm going to take and save some of the crumbs. About 3/4 of a cup. Put those off to the side. Get all my other crumbs in here. And press them down into the pan. Well, I pressed out the crumbs and got them fairly even, and I went up the side just a little bit of my springform pan. Now I'm going to put this in the oven, 350 degrees, and bake it for about 7 minutes, 8 minutes, something like that. Here it is, fresh out of the oven. I baked it for 7.5 minutes. I'm just going to let this cool down. I'm going to take it and save it off to the side. Next thing I'm doing is I have 4 packages of Philadelphia cream cheese. And they've been sitting out and softening, getting to be room temperature. I'm going to put them into the mixer here. And you really don't have to do this step, but if you turn it on and it mixes up easily, you know that it's soft enough and it's okay. If your mixer's having a little trouble and it looks like chunky, then you know that you need to let it sit longer. So just let it sit longer in here for maybe even another 2 hours. Now I'm going to add 1 cup of sugar. And I'm going to mix this up. I mixed it for 1 minute. I'm scraping down the sides and just trying to make sure that scrape down the sides to make sure it mixes properly. I'm going to mix it for another minute. Alright, next I have 5 eggs here in my measuring cup. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add 1 at a time, or try to, and let this mix in. Once it looks like it's mixed in, then add your next one, and do that for each of the 5 eggs. Okay, those eggs are mixed in, and I'm going to go ahead and scrape down the bowl just a little bit here. See? It's kind of lumpy. It didn't mix all together. So that's why you scrape it down. Okay, even so, I'm going to mix it some more. So I'm going to add some vanilla. And here's a small amount of heavy cream. And here's our next ingredient that is the bomb. It's wonderful. It's this Bailey's Irish cream. That stuff is marvelous. I'm going to add that in there. 3/4 a cup of that. And there is no substitution for this. And I'm going to mix it just a little more for another minute. Okay, it's mixed for a minute. Go ahead and scrape down one last time. There's some lumps there. You just want to mix it another minute and scrape it down again, really, until you don't see any more lumps like that. So mix it a minute at a time and scrape it down until there's no more lumps. I got it all mixed up. It took me about 2 more times, making sure there's no real big lumps or anything. And it all depends upon too how room temperature, how warm your cream cheese is. I just saw a lump go in there. It's no big deal. No huge deal. Because we're going to do this to it. I took 3/4 of a cup of chocolate chips, semi-sweet, and melted them in the microwave very carefully. Pour some of this on there. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be perfect or anything. It's cooled down a little bit, so it's starting to not be so liquid. So I have it on there. I'm going to mix it around, but carefully. We don't want to touch the bottom. We don't want to disturb the crust at all. Just mix it around some. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. Next, you want to use heavy-duty aluminum foil, and you need 2 layers of it. You just want to make sure that the water does not get into this, because we're going to bake this in water. The water will help quite a bit, and hopefully the cheesecake will not crack. So I'm going to take just a fry pan here. Put this in there. I'm going to take water that's practically boiling and pour this in there. And I'm going to put this in my 350-degree oven. I'm going to bake it for 25 minutes. Then after that 25 minutes, I'm going to turn the heat down to 225 and bake it for about 110 minutes, which is 1 hour and 50 minutes longer. Alright, here it is out of the oven. I'm going to take it. Ooh, that's hot. I'm going to take it out of the water. Set it over here and get rid of this pan. I'm going to let this cool down to room temperature. Once it's cooled down to room temperature, I'm going to take this foil off and put it on top of it. And then put it in the refrigerator to cool down completely and get cold in the refrigerator overnight. Okay, here's the cheesecake out of the refrigerator. And it's been in there overnight. And you just want to take a knife and go around the edges, around the side of it. I've already done it once. I did it when it was still warm before I put it in the refrigerator. as well. And just take this buckle, pop the sides off here. I have a piece of it cut, ready to serve. We're going to put some whipped cream on there. And let's have a taste. That's good. You can definitely taste that Irish cream. Great flavor. Nice and smooth. Thanks so much for watching.